well be asking yourself, what the fuck is this crazy man doing now? Well, as you can see, I have clothed myself in the traditional garb of the urban dweller, because today we're talking about drive-bys. More specifically, today in this crowded parking lot full of people, we are going to be exploring how to do drive-bys. Without killing, well, hopefully without killing anyone. I've cleared back there a little bit. Shouldn't be anyone there that I'm gonna accidentally kill. Nonetheless, you're going to forge ahead and see how the AK does as a drive-by weapon, because it's come to my attention that a significant portion of our urban population has spent their $1,200 in stimulus money on, well, AKs. Not the AK I have, but similar enough. Now, I don't have a problem with that, actually. Frankly, I think Malcolm X was a great man, and anyone following him is, you know, cool in my book. So, what I want to answer is the perennial question: just how is the AK as a drive-by weapon? An important question. Important enough that I'm asking it here. This is our target. It's a, well, roughly man-sized, almost man-shaped, rectangle of used shower curtain. It sounds fucking nasty. Rectangle of repurposed shower curtain. Strung between two trees on paracord. Now, like I said, this is a state park. So, when shooting starts, I'm going to have to get out of here pretty quick, which will lend to the authenticity of the presentation. Along the way, I'll be explaining common tactics and useful tips and tricks for the drive-by, and explaining a little bit about its history. So, what will we be using today? Well, Zippo's busted. Well, shoot. It's alright, I have a cigarette lighter in the car. Use that. So, today's weapon of choice will be the only relatively modern firearm I own. Pretty common Wasser 10. Now I'll be going over the advantages and disadvantages of having a stock on your drive-by weapon, and explaining the relative benefits of using something more like a Tech 9, Glock 17 with a larger magazine, or perhaps this thing's younger brother, the shoot, what are they? Just held one. Well, anyway, we'll be going ahead and taking a look. Now, drive-bys first began as a real notable thing in the 1980s. With the proliferation of small automatic weapons like the MAC-10, the Uzi, or semi-automatic variations thereof, drive-bys became a notably effective tactic used by inner-city gangs and people who hate stop signs. So, why? Well, it's really pretty simple. You see, the point of a drive-by is to get in, do something, and get out without leaving your vehicle. A side benefit of a drive-by shooting is that if you do it right, it'll leave your spent casings inside of the vehicle. And you can also use a stolen vehicle in order to confuse, mislead, or prevent effective testimony from witnesses. It's a very effective way to murder someone and get away with it. The prevalence of, name is still escaping me, but these little mini AKs, sort of the American Krinkovs, is due to the fact that 7.62 by 39 performs very well out of a short barrel, making a very small AK pistol something that can be easily carried, concealed, and used out the window of a moving vehicle. So, naturally, these weapons have been mostly co-opted by the inner-city community. It's forgivable, it's understandable. Really, you know, it makes sense. But I'm going to say, or I'm going to make an argument for this being far more effective than a stockless carbine in some respects. So, one thing that I can tell you is, when you're using this out the window of a vehicle, the stock allows you to brace it up against your arm as you raise it under your arm and put it outside the window. Moreover, due to the length of the barrel, spent casings will tend to remain inside the vehicle, even if you don't turn the weapon over. And, additionally, as a benefit, an advantage over an AR-15 pistol, you'll notice that an AK has these flatter grips here up at the fore, which are made out of wood, so you can quite comfortably rest the rifle on the sill of a window without scratching your car up. It's really quite nice. Things like Tech 9s or AR-15s, they'll tend to tear up your upholstery, scratch your paint. It's unpleasant. And again, the length of the barrel here means when you fire, the muzzle blast is going to be far enough away from your paint job that if you're using your own personal vehicle, it's not going to ruin the paint, which is quite nice. As well, if you use a PMag, a plastic or polymer magazine, then when you turn this upside down, not only can you rest this wooden forend against the sill of your door, you can also rest the plastic magazine against the sill of your door without ruining your interior finish. So, there is also the fact that, well, one commonly noted problem with drive-by shootings is the relative inaccuracy of firearms use. So that's not necessarily a problem with the firearm itself, and it's not necessarily something that can be easily corrected by the shooter. You are using your weapon one-handed, so really you're bracing it up against the windowsill of your moving vehicle. Typically that results in a severe bout of inaccuracy. It's not something that can really be helped. However, a stock or brace on your firearm that you can use to brace your arm with gives you an extra point of contact and can help you maintain a level of accuracy when you're doing your drive-by. So, in conclusion, an AK is really an excellent platform, not necessarily due to anything other than its basic shape. In full-length rifle form, it's quite a bit shorter than a full-length AR-15. In carbine form, it's still able to clear your windowsill with quite a bit of comfort. It's able to sit on your windowsill. You can use it very controllably. It's all around a good platform, and really far better than any pistol or pistol caliber carbine that you might use. The only thing that might be superior is a shotgun with a relatively long barrel and no stock, but then that's something I would argue as well. So, let's wait for the parking lot to clear out a little bit, pack up, because I am going to have to get out of here pretty quickly, and hope that none of these yuppies have caught my license plate. Though I am fairly distinctive, so that may not help me, but so I think I'm clearing out the parking lot on my own. Well, let's pack up and get to it. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be placing the camera on the tripod inside the car so you can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. I'll drive from the far end of the parking lot up to here, firing out the window at that roughly human-shaped, folded, hanging shower curtain. I'll be aiming center of mass. We'll see how far the bullets deviate from one another. Please note, for two reasons, I am using different types of ammunition. First, for authenticity. For urban people, it's not always easy to get ammunition from the same manufacturer or even of the same basic type. Moreover, I have a large stock of ammunition that I'm trying to get rid of before I re-zero my rifle for Golden Tiger. So, what we're going to see really is how well I can do with the rifle, and how well the rifle, well, it's going to be a mix, how well I can do with the rifle and how well the rifle does mechanically. Now, please note, your results may differ from mine, depending on the vehicle you're using, notably whether you're in a tall vehicle or a short vehicle. In a short vehicle, you can brace it against your body and fire up. In a tall vehicle, you may have to fire down, which will result in less accuracy. If you are a better shot, if your roads are smoother, rougher, you may enjoy different results. You may suffer from different results. But the lessons I'm telling here will be broadly applicable to, well, that sounds bad. It sounds bad anyway. Screw it. Let's see. So a gust of wind blew the sheet out of the way just as I was firing, but I can tell you with absolute certainty that I wasn't going to hit it anyway. There's clearly a skill here that I'm not getting, or maybe there's not. Like I said, I wouldn't exactly recommend this. Certainly the most fun I've had firing. Certainly it was fun, but you know. So, join me for Retrospective Week next week as we take a look at the Tech 9 and its history with filed down, what's it called? Ugh. I will catch you later for a video about boats.